Today on 2+U Nevada.
At the beginning of the year, she was actually asking me, when can I get a smartphone? Because several of her 8-year-old friends already have them. And so I knew I needed to act.
Local moms teaming up to start a smart movement here in Washoe County, bringing Wait Until 8th to the region. It's an effort to stave off smartphones as long as possible.
If we can really solidify that by the time they get to high school and now they're pursuing which specific discipline they want and what they want to do with it, we've done a great success not only for the University of Nevada, but also our community, because a lot of times we can retain these students in our community because engineering is a very sought after profession right now.
The outreach by the University of Nevada's College of Engineering. A number of free events are coming up designed to keep your children interested in the profession.
You're riding a bike or riding a skateboard, wear a helmet. Going skiing, and we have a lot of ski opportunities here, wear a helmet.
We sit down with organizers of the Washoe Medical Alliance and talk about the causes close to them. You're watching 2+U Nevada. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. Welcome to Snow Day-ish. Washoe and Story County schools were delayed today, and a number of other schools and services delayed their start hours as well. Luckily, it looks like the system was quick and moved through already, but I'm not the expert. Angela will have your weather here in about 15 minutes. I'm so excited for our first interview today. If you're a regular watcher of this show, you know that Dave and I have told our kids their phone is our landline. But a group of local moms is taking their promise to keep their children safe from apps and social media even further by bringing a national movement here. It's called Wait Until 8th, and it's a movement to delay exposure to smartphones to a very specific time frame. I love it, and I hope you will too, because the more parents who align themselves with the idea will actually help us all collectively with the mental health of our next generations. We are thrilled to have you joining us today for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and this afternoon I am so excited to have these guests joining us, Brandy Vesco and Dr. Natalie Lumen. They're the co-leaders of a new organization in town called Wait Until 8th, along with a third woman, Larissa Viner. And this really and truly is a phenomenal campaign or strategy, if you will, that you're trying to get parents to sign a pledge to wait until the end of 8th grade for their kids to get smartphones. So Brandy, talk to me how you even first heard about Wait Until 8th.
Right. So I was actually an education reporter for quite some time. And during that time, I came across study after study about the mental health risks of youth using smartphone. And I also came across Wait Until 8th, which this is a national grassroots parent-led movement to help prevent our children from using smartphones during these really vulnerable developmental years. And now I have an 8-year-old daughter. She's in 3rd grade. And at the beginning of the year, she was actually asking me, when can I get a smartphone? Because several of her 8-year-old friends already have them. And so I knew I needed to act. So I had come across Wait Until 8th, looked it up, and saw there's not really a huge presence here in Nevada. So I connected with Larissa and Dr. Lumen, Natalie here, and we decided to start one.
And Dr. Lumen, especially in the medical field, and you're an internist here in town, you've seen the research and you're seeing all the publications of what has happened in the past decades of children being exposed to smartphones too young. And I want to be specific, this is smartphones that we're talking about.
Yes. Yes, it's smartphones because they have the extensive apps and internet access that's often unlimited. So that's where the true danger is for our children. And they've done numerous studies, as you mentioned, in the US and internationally that have been looking at things and seeing a dramatic rise in depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, and even self-harm. This started as early as 2007, and that correlates when the smartphone was actually introduced. And then they saw a further spike in 2011 when the forward-facing camera was introduced. So selfies and more of a focus on appearance and social comparison. 2012, it continued to rise, which is where apps and social media became much more widespread. There has also been a formally issued statement from the Surgeon General in 2023 that further outlined these risks that include just how widespread the use is. Up to 95% of teens are using social media, and over a third of them report being on it almost all the time. So it's not just a little bit here and there, it's become extremely widespread. The second main point is just the profound mental health risks. They've seen a dramatic association with depression, anxiety, low sleep, low attention, increased self-harm. And it's really alarming, being a mom as well. You read some of these numbers, intuitively, you get a sense for some of these things changing, but when you read the numbers, it's really quite concerning.
It absolutely is. And all of our kids are around the same age, right? Around that 6 to 8 range. And you have a 12-year-old, right?
I have a 4 and a 7-year-old.
A 4 and a 7-year-old. Okay, forgive me. But we're already seeing, as you said, Brandy, we're already seeing the cell phone discussion occurring at such a young age. And so what is this wait until 8th movement? Do we as parents sign a pledge? Do we tell other parents about this? What are we going to be seeing about wait until 8th? Because you just started this, in November? So it's a brand new organization in town. What can we as parents do to get awareness out there for other families?
Right. Well, the first step is go to waituntil8th.org, click Take the Pledge. Then you enter your child's school name, school zip code, and grade level. From there, you'll receive a confirmation email followed by a group email once at least 9 other families from your child's same grade and school have taken the pledge as well. This makes it so much easier to delay the smartphone because you're not alone and that other families at your child's own school are choosing to do the same. And it's important to know that this is for smartphones only, that families can still stay connected using basic phones or smartwatches with limited features. So for parents who are worried about emergencies or may need to reach their child at any given time, you can use these basic devices for calls and texts without exposing your child to the risks.
Like the smartphone or the cell phones that we started off with,
exactly.
Right? Like the flip
These
phone
are
or
not
the brick.
addictive. Yeah.
And I think, along those lines, signing the pledge technically isn't active until there are 10 families who sign within your grade, within your school. So you aren't really connected until you get, a significant percentage of people to join. And, I think there's some component of, I don't want to, ruffle feathers or, create a statement. But if we have people stepping up and signing the pledge, you'll know the other families who are making the same commitments that you are. And it's just really important for a safe space for our kids.
Well, I just thank you both so much for what you are doing. Anybody who watches this show knows that I've already talked about saying landlines for our kids, and we texted that out to our children's group of friends saying, hey, this is what we're choosing to do. But the mental health of our kids and their future is of utmost importance.
Absolutely.
Ladies, where do people go again?
Waituntil8th.org is the national place where you can take the pledge. And if you want more information about what we're doing locally, we'd love to have people champion this cause at their child's own school. You can go to Wait Until 8th Reno Sparks on Instagram or Facebook.
Yes, please connect with us. We would love to be in touch.
All right. Thank you so much. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. I'm so excited to have Julia Lapham from the University of Nevada, Reno College of Engineering joining us again. Julia, you are the Senior Coordinator for Recruitment and Outreach. And the last time we had you on, it was because you had this awesome family night to get families onto the university campus and get children interested in engineering. How did that night go?
We were so excited. It went so smoothly. The families that were there had a great time. Kiddos didn't want to leave the tables. A lot of Lego building, a lot of engineering design process, coloring books, a lot of laughter. It was great.
Well, hopefully you'll do that again because we missed it in our family and we were bummed. So
Yes, yeah, we're definitely going to be doing an elementary version again next fall.
Okay.
This spring, though, we have a different age group that we're focusing on.
And that's why we're here to talk to you, because you've got a ton of spring programming that's free for children of all ages. So first and foremost, let's talk about what you have in January. This is actually for teachers, for educators, primarily 8th through 12th grades. What is that night?
Yes, so this will be on a Saturday morning on campus. We are going to be running one of our ACE, which is a high school program we have. They'll be learning an ACE lesson. They'll actually get to be meeting with a civil engineering faculty member who will take them on civil engineering lab tours. They really just get to understand what civil engineering is. So as they're teaching their students, they can feel confident and excited to talk about what we offer.
Absolutely love that you're doing that for our local educators. And then high school students, you have an event February 7th. And again, this is for grades 9 through 12. Go through this event. Epic Labs?
Our Epic Labs. So Epic Labs are engineering programs inspiring the community. And so these are also 2-hour labs that we offer on Saturday mornings on campus on in our brand new engineering building that's beautiful. And during these, they'll learn a little bit more about the specific major that we're doing that day. And then they'll actually get to do some hands-on activities and have some takeaway worksheets and things like that so that they can talk about with their families when they're done.
That's so neat. And then you have a tribal high school student event on March 7th. This is also the Epic Lab?
Yes, these are all the Epic Labs, and we're really excited to be working with our lead department on campus who works primarily with our tribal students in the community to get this group of students excited on campus and to see what college has to offer.
And you know, the last three that we've just talked about, so the one for the teachers, the one for high school students, and this one, the tribal high school students, these are all for high school students, but you've also started Epic Labs for middle school students. And that middle school student Epic Lab is going to be 1 week later on March 14th. What is the different teaching, or what are the lessons? How do they differentiate for the middle school Epic Labs versus the high school?
Yes, so for the high school one, we're going to have a focus on mechanical engineering, whereas with that middle school one, we're going to be focusing more on environmental engineering. And so that's where the kiddos will differentiate, is they're learning about a specific discipline that day. They'll get to understand what engineering is as a whole, but then the activities that we're doing are tailored to. So for example, with our mechanical engineering, we're going to be building trebuchets, right?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And then elementary school, you have one Saturday, April 11th. How is the education different for the elementary kiddos?
We're really excited about that one because we're altering the event slightly. This is the first event where we're having parents. We want a guardian or parent to attend the event, do the activities with the elementary school age kiddos, and get to learn more about what these activities entail. That one specifically we're calling Family Bonds because we're focusing on chemical engineering.
Oh, that's so cute. And when we talk elementary school, I do want to specify that this is for grades 3 through 5. So third graders through fifth graders. And you know, Julia, this is just amazing. I love how you are taking this outreach and getting to the youth and our children to get them interested in engineering before they even apply for college. Why is that so important?
We understand that if we can create a pathway where, you know, in elementary school, we're piquing their interest, we're even exposing them to what engineering is, that's one step closer. Then when we get to middle school, if we start engaging them and helping them connect the pieces of where that shows up in their life, then they have an even more likelihood of coming to us, right? And then if we can really solidify that by the time they get to high school and now they're pursuing which specific discipline they want and what they want to do with it, we've done a great success not only for the University of Nevada, but also our community, because a lot of times we can retain these students in our community because engineering is a very sought after profession right now.
It is, and the university has such a great college of engineering. So to get to the students who live here in Northern Nevada and get that line going so that then they can look to the University of Nevada for that formal education, so needed.
Yes, yes. And we try and do that in a ton of avenues through both these programs that we offer, but also we are very open to community outreach requests. So local schools, Girl Scout troops, Boy Scout troops, whomever, they can always send us a request form, which is on our website, and we will work with them to come to their tabling night or to do on-campus field trips. We really want to adapt and be able to meet all of these educators where they're at.
You know, Julia, every event that we mentioned in this interview is free. There is no cost, but you do have to pre-register. So where do people go to register?
Great question. So they need to go onto our College of Engineering's website, go specifically to our outreach page. Epic Labs has its own site, and you can go through and see which labs specifically that you want to sign up for. And then you'll get all of the information about parking, timing, location via an automated email.
And then a little later in the month, we're going to also be discussing that the College of Engineering has summer camps open. So be sure to stay tuned for that segment with Julia. Julia, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me again.
You're watching 2+ Nevada. You are watching 2+ Nevada, and I'm so excited to have these wonderful women joining us again this afternoon. We have Simi Sekon and Alice Schock from Washoe Medical Alliance, formerly known as, what is it, the Washoe Doctors' Wives Club, or
Formerly known as the Alliance with the Washoe County Medical Society. It was a tongue twister. So yes, just rebranded.
Yeah, you have to rebrand that. But thank you so much for joining us again this afternoon. We had a lot to talk about because we want to talk about your organization as a whole. And then also you have an event coming up in February. So where do we want to begin? Let's talk about the organization.
Sure. Well, we have been around since 1947 here in Reno, and we support health-related charities. So it's a philanthropic organization, but we really do a lot of work to just better the community and bring people together. We are founded primarily of physician spouses and partners, and so that group comes to support each other because being a married or partner of a physician is definitely a different lifestyle, and we have to support each other through.
Well, and we even talked about this the last time you women were here, that when your family members are looking for jobs in town, you're like, wait, where are we moving? And to be able to have a community of partners that can say, no, Reno's awesome. You know, like you really want to come here and it's a great community. You know, I'm so grateful to this organization because we need to be recruiting so many more. We know this. We need to be recruiting a lot of medical professionals.
Absolutely. It's a huge shortage in the state. I mean, everywhere across the country, but in Nevada, I think we're 100,000 physicians short. The number's insane, but we're doing what we can with as far as legislation and different things to attract good doctors here and keep the ones here that are local.
And, you know, I really appreciate the fact that then through your philanthropy side, you were also so motivated to help with getting nurses in our hospitals and in our medical profession offices. And really the money that you raise kind of go into what you are streamlining that to.
The reason that the organization started was not only to have a support system for the spouses, but also to make sure that the medical community continues to grow. So we wanted to keep the nurses in Reno. We wanted to make sure that they stayed. So by offering scholarships, it gave them an opportunity to stay in Reno, get their training done, and then continue on with jobs here.
And not only nursing, right? There are other scholarships and other philanthropies that you give to.
There are currently the philanthropy that we're going to be sponsoring for our spring event, which is going to be on February 28th, is called Think First. It is a national organization, but the Reno chapter was started back in 2011. The foundation of Think First is basically to try to prevent head injuries in young people. You're riding a bike or riding a skateboard, wear a helmet. Going skiing, and we have a lot of ski opportunities here, wear a helmet. And Think First has two ways that they basically help our community. The first is by doing helmet giveaways. Several times during the year, they have helmet giveaways where they not only give free helmets to young people, but but they actually do proper fittings as well. And then the second way that they help is by educating the community. They go into schools, and so far we have managed to speak to over 20,000 students in the area and give away more than 6,000 helmets. Now, I don't know if anyone knows this or not, but in the US alone, we have over 2 million head injuries a year. And crazy. It is. And head injuries are the leading cause of disability amongst, kids and young people. So we want to try to prevent that. It's a lot cheaper to give a child a helmet and some education than to fix a head injury on a child. So it's a great organization, and the Washoe Medical Alliance is so proud to support them and, raise some money to educate more kids in our area and to give away some more helmets.
That is so important. And a head injury, a TBI or any type of head injury, has such long-lasting effects. So for this event, it's a speakeasy. So excited. That's a really cute title. Explain what this event is, where people can go to help support this, and if you need sponsors, let's hear about that.
Absolutely. So you can go to WashowMedicalAlliance.org. You can get all the event info on there. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor, we would love to have you. The money is going to support this amazing charity, Think First, but it's also going to help support our endowment fund. And our endowment fund is what we had talked about that gives the scholarships for nursing, and we're working on a medical school scholarship as well. So a lot of good is going to be done from this event, and we hope you guys can be a part of it. Sponsorship, buy a ticket, just come and have a good time. It is going to be a lot of fun. We're encouraging cocktail attire or speakeasy sort of dress, whatever that might be to you. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast.
Date, time?
It is February 28th. 5:30 it starts, check-in starts. We're going until about 10:30 at Atlantis. So we're in one of the big ballrooms there. And we're going to have some special decor, props, fun things in store for all of our guests.
Wonderful. So for people to learn more about Washoe Medical Alliance and how to purchase tickets, what website do they go to?
It's WashowMedicalAlliance.org.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I love the work that you're doing, and what a great cause to sponsor. So
yes.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Chris Ewing from Keep Truckee Meadows Beautiful, KTMB for short. And Chris, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
No, thank you for having me.
We are talking the annual Christmas tree recycling program. Of course, KTMB has been doing this now for decades. We just did the math. I can't get over how long you've been doing this.
Yeah, 36 years. We've been doing this since 1989.
That's fantastic. So for those who are new to town or just moved here, explain what this program is and how long it goes on.
The program starts on the day after Christmas, so Friday, December 26th. You take your trees down to us through January 11th. We have 2 weeks or so to bring down your trees, and we will recycle them into mulch for area parks. So what you need to do to get your tree to us is take all the tinsel off, take all the lights off, take any of the ornaments off, take it out of the stand, strap it to your car, throw it in the back of the truck, drive it to one of our 3 locations, either Bartley Ranch, Reno Sports Complex, or Shadow Mountain Sports Complex, and you can drop it off at one of those locations. There is a $5 or more donation requested just so that we can help keep this program going. And then there's a special weekend, January 3rd and 4th, where some of the Truckee Meadows Fire Protection District stations in the outlying rural areas will help us and take trees out in Washoe Valley, in Lemon Valley, and Spanish Springs.
That's fantastic. So with these donation locations, especially the 3 primary ones that you mentioned, through December 26th through January 11th, what are the hours? Is it all day? Is it after work?
No. Yeah, no, it's not all hours. We try and keep our volunteers, because these are all volunteer staff. So we have volunteer staff, all of those. And we try and get them to go home before it gets dark. So we open at 9 a.m. and we shut down at 4:30 p.m.
You know, that's really good though. Good hours, 9 to 4:30. And like you said, I mean, luckily the days are getting longer now that we've hit the longest night of the year. But no, this is fantastic. And what I love is you said that you guys have also started a new program. Well, it's a couple years old, but Christmas tree light recycling as well.
Sure. Yeah, just any Christmas light recycling. We'll take the ones that are, you wrapped around your house. We'll take those too. You can bring them down to any of the Christmas tree locations, the 3 Bartley Ranch, Reno Sports Complex, or Shadow Mountain Sports Complex, or you can take them to any Greater Nevada Federal Credit Union location, and they will take them there on their big blue bins.
That's fantastic. Are there limitations on the lights? Because now a lot of people are switching over from the old school lights to LEDs. Is it all kinds of lights that you take?
Yeah, we'll take all kinds of lights. We just won't take the big halogen bulbs or, regular household lights.
Okay.
Yeah, just your basic Christmas lights on the Strand. If they burn out, they won't work. You're just tired of using incandescent, want to switch to LEDs to be more sustainable, we'll take those too.
Yeah, you don't want to have to look through the entire line of lights for that one that burned out.
Exactly. Yeah, and then you don't have that light anymore, and you
can't find them anywhere. Okay, so no, this is great. And also keep Truckee Meadows beautiful throughout the year, because obviously the Christmas tree recycling program is one of your pillar community outreach plans that you have. But you also do so much in our community. We were just talking about how you have river cleanups, and go into Keep Truckee Meadows Beautiful and the other programs that you'd have for our community.
Sure. Yeah, we do 3 major cleanups. One of them is the Christmas tree recycling, thanks to the Nevada Federal NV Energy Foundation. They help us out with that. But we also do cleanups throughout the year. So we've got 2 major cleanups, the Great Community Cleanup, which will be happening in May, and then the Truckee River Cleanup, which happens in September. And both those are roughly 30 sites throughout the Reno Sparks locations, and even up the Rio from Verdi to Wadsworth, basically cleaning things up with over 1,000 plus volunteers for each of them on a Saturday. We just go out for about 3 or 4 hours and go nuts cleaning things up.
It's so nice that you do that too, because as we were talking about, I had taken my kids to the Oxbow, what's that called? Recreation area.
Yeah, the learning area.
Yeah. And you had just finished the river cleanup. And it's so nice because it keeps our beautiful water resources clean and walkable. And if you're enjoying it in our community, you should be good stewards of it as well. So how can people volunteer and help KTMB?
Well, the easiest way is to go to our website, ktmb.org, sign up for our newsletter, and that way you'll get something at the beginning of the month letting you know what's coming throughout the year. You'll know what's happening, and you can sign up right there on our website. You can visit our website, ktmb.org, and get set up, and we'll make sure that you can come out and volunteer with us.
And again, all of the people taking your Christmas trees and your Christmas lights, those are all volunteers as well. How many volunteers do you have?
A lot. We have a small army of volunteers. It takes, like I said, most of this particular event takes about 600 volunteers to run throughout the entire time, with the 3 different locations, running 2 different shifts. So there's a lot going into it. And then the other cleanups that we do take about 1,000 volunteers to go out and do all that, which we treat them to a nice picnic afterwards and stuff. So.
Oh, see, you get fed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we do it all because we try and keep the Truckee River as clean as we possibly can, because it does make up 85% of our drinkable and bathable water. So whatever you see going into the river is what you're going to be drinking or bathing in.
Chris, again, thank you so much. So where can people go to learn more information about the tree recycling and the light bulb recycling, as well as how to volunteer?
Yeah, just simple. Just go to our website at ktmb.org, and there you can find everything right there on the homepage with links, and you can sign up directly.
And do you have a phone number as well?
We do have a phone number, but because we are such a small staff, we're usually not in the office because we're out and about. But if you want to, it's 775-851-5185.
All right, Chris, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you.
You're watching 2+ Nevada. Now for a story about love and connection from a place you might not expect, inside a notorious prison. David Begno shows us the story of a program focusing on fatherhood and how it's changing how the prisoners see themselves.
This run took seconds, but the wait is what took years. Most of these men have spent years being known for the worst thing they ever did. But on this day, they just wanted to be known as dad.
I missed every single event in my little girl's life. Missing all of that affected me, but what it affected most is her.
This is Angola, the Louisiana State Penitentiary. It is the largest maximum security prison in the United States, home to men convicted of murder and armed robbery.
This is actually my first time putting the suit on, so I've never seen myself like this. I seen a man that I was supposed to be.
And yet, for just a few hours, this is where a daddy-daughter dance was allowed to take place. 29 incarcerated fathers were invited to participate based on good behavior.
I apologize for all the years I missed in her life, and I hope she forgive me. I love you. And I'll make it up to her with his dad. She's 17 and I've been gone 15 years. She was everything. She ain't my world, man. I ever put my life on the line for my daughter, man.
When I walked down the aisle seeing my dad in a tuxedo, I cried so bad because he looked handsome.
Kanyel Harris's father, Leslie, is serving time for armed robbery.
I had never been to prom or homecoming, so when I got the chance to get that dance with my father, it was special to me. Like, it was very special.
The dance was made possible by God Behind Bars. It's a ministry that works with churches to create moments of connection and hope for men and women in prison. What are you trying to leave these men and women with?
I think that some people are never told what they're worth or that they have value. I genuinely try to overlook any pre-notions or labels that somebody may carry. That's both inside of prison and out, and look to the heart of the individual and just look at them as people.
Jake Bodine founded God Behind Bars. The son of a preacher man, he says this day is for the daughters. But he hoped it would also change the fathers.
If we want these environments to be places of change, correction,
yes.
Right? Correction is really what the word is.
Yes.
And correcting the behavior, then we have to show them and model ultimately the behavior in which we desire of them. And so I believe things like this, faith-based programmings, educational resources, family unification, all of those things is ultimately what promote change.
When you say these men can change, what about the father-daughter dance does something to trigger that change?
They become fun, goofy, loving men. And I think it's okay as men to be strong and to be gentle.
Yeah.
And I think many of them were taught that you just need to be strong. And this moment teaches them that you can also be gentle. And it's almost impossible not to when you see your little girl running down the aisle.
Now, there may be somebody watching who's like, these guys do not deserve that.
Yeah.
What would you say?
I'd say that's fair. I'm not there to advocate for their sentence or for justice, but I am there to advocate that you have purpose beyond this moment.
This day, the likes of which has never happened at Angola, only happened because of Assistant Warden Anne-Marie Easley, who believed they all deserved it.
So often the children of inmates are forgotten about, and we have to remember that they're doing time right along with their fathers. And although it's not the perfect circumstance for a dad to still continue to be a dad, fatherlessness in this country is epidemic, and we need to work with them and have them be the best fathers that they can be despite where they are.
You can see the smiles on their face. Like I call it washing the prison off of them.
I look like I was tailor-made for a tux.
The ego, the hardness, the callousness of anything that might be on the heart or the mind had literally just melted away.
The emotion lived on in a letter that Kanyel's father wrote to her.
I am writing this letter to express how much I love you. Plus, I also want to express my deepest and my most apologies for not being in your life growing up. I am committed to making amends in any way I can. I ask not for pity or leniency, but the opportunity to show that you are my everything.
She bust out crying, man. It just made me ain't no cry, man. I was slob. Man, it was amazing. Then we slow danced and she crying again. And I'm like, baby, why you crying? She was just like, Dad, I finally get a chance to dance with you.
Your daughter's eyes when they saw you in your tuxes were amazing. And I just want to tell you all how proud I am. When you go look in the mirror, are you looking at the type of guy that you'd want your daughters to end up with? You're going to be the one that instills in them the type of guy that they deserve. And despite where you are, it can happen. And you can be a dad from here.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. I used to tell my mom and friends that my favorite dates were when I took myself out to the movies and dinner. But speaking from experience, solo dining at a restaurant can draw some sympathetic eyes, which is why this next story is so awesome. A restaurant in Birmingham, Alabama is catering to the solo crowd. Jan Crawford interviews Chef Rob McDaniel about dishing for the party of one.
Let me know if y'all have any questions as I'm going.
And Chef Rob McDaniel brings out this 88-pound tuna.
Anytime we have a really pretty tuna head like this, we'll smoke it next door.
He reels in a crowd, ready to share the experience of seeing it carved up together.
That's coming through, yeah.
And with this feast for the eyes,
I'm taking off the ribs right now, or just any we accumulate goes into our tuna burger.
You may at first miss that in the front row for the show is almost all solo diners.
A tuna burger is fire.
Yes, sir.
Customers restaurants once politely put up with or put at the bar.
Hands right here, B10.
But not McDaniel.
The guest that is by themselves, that is a huge opportunity to really wow them.
An opportunity.
Give them an experience that they weren't expecting.
When a big catch comes in, Bayonet in Birmingham, Alabama offers this interactive raw bar experience on social media, and solo diners snap it up.
I kind of like dining alone. Sort of a party of one, and I can talk to these guys or whoever's around me, and it's kind of a good way to sort of shut the brain off and just enjoy the moment.
1 in 5 Americans now regularly dine out alone, and about half of younger professionals say they eat out alone every week.
To me, it's just a cool opportunity to chat to somebody.
Like we saw Bex Correa do, with Chino Reeser right next to her.
Did you guys know each other?
No.
Oh.
And restaurants are eating it up too. Open Table says solo diners spend 48% more, on average $84.
If you come in and you sit by yourself and we give you an amazing experience, what we have done is planted a seed for the next time that you are here. You may be by yourself again, or you may be with 4 other people.
But McDaniel knows there still can be a stigma.
When you walk into a restaurant and the person at the door says, just one, well, that immediately makes you feel uncomfortable. And we don't want to do that.
Hands, please.
Southern hospitality comes naturally to the North Alabama native.
You remember what you cooked first when you were growing up?
It was magnetic alphabet letters on a sheet pan with a spatula. I was on the floor and I was just moving that stuff around.
His earliest memories in the kitchen are with his grandmother, Helen. McDaniel and his wife, Emily, named their first restaurant right next door for her before opening Bayonet, where he's created this one-of-a-kind experience that's giving solo diners a reason to look up.
It's right through.
I mean, I look at this as an opportunity to not be on my phone.
That's one of my biggest pleasures, is if I can walk around and go and look at a bar, look at a group of people, and there's no phones, unless they're taking pictures.
22% of solo diners say they'd strike up a conversation with the staff. 27% say they'd even invite other solo diners to their table. Meaning one of the best parts of going to a restaurant alone is you never know you may end up sharing a meal. I'm Jan Crawford in Birmingham, Alabama.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+U Nevada? Have a Mom to Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+U Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+U Nevada. Or you can email us at 2+UNevada@ktvn.com. A look at some of the fun you need to be aware of this weekend. The Nevada Museum of Art is hosting Hands-On Second Saturday. This Saturday from 10 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. This day offers free admission, hands-on art activities, storytelling, a docent-guided tour, and much more. Again, free admission thanks to the Estelle J. Kelsey Foundation. The Nevada State Museum is hosting a new series every Saturday in January. You can watch your commemorative U.S. Capitol Christmas tree medallion be minted right in front of you. They are minted on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 3. You can purchase medallions made in front of your eyes on these Saturdays or already minted medallions any time of day at the Carson City Mint. A reminder that Keep Truckee Meadows Beautiful is offering Christmas tree recycling through this Sunday. Recycling will stop at KTMB locations Sunday at 4:30. There are 3 locations: Reno Sports Complex, Bartley Ranch Park, and Shadow Mountain Sports Complex. A $5 donation is suggested in order to keep the program running. Safe Embrace and the Human Trafficking Prevention Alliance are hosting their first ever Human Trafficking Awareness Day event at Reno Public Market this Sunday from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. There will be presentations, survivor stories, and Q&A sessions. This event is free, and we will have much more about this event in tomorrow's show. That's it for this edition of 2+U Nevada. Thank you for inviting us into your home this afternoon. We look forward to joining you every weekday at 3 for 2+U Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.